We are live. So today is May 27th. So we are going to make a video about easy fixes to deal with a herniated disc that you can put into your daily life that will take a lot of that pressure off that sciatic nerve, whether it's the left or the right leg. So what we're going to be talking about is sitting, because you're probably going to be doing that all day, or you're going to be doing that at some point of the day. Driving, if you live in America or somewhere else where you drive. And 3, sleeping. So those are huge parts of your life, obviously, and they're also going to be parts of how you're going to begin to start healing. So I want to make a video about that, how some easy fixes that I implemented in my life, and they're super easy. So starting with just a towel, and then a couple pillows, and lastly just a couple small things like hydration. Boom, look at this, 4 liters a day. So those are, let me take a quick sip, here we go. Boom, back feels better already. So we're gonna jump in, we're gonna cut frame to the sitting portion and snap. Here we go. Now, towel, what am I gonna do with this? Now, typically when you sit down, depending on the support of the couch and or the car, let's pretend, why don't we just start with sitting? So sitting, you can have a slight bend backwards, or oftentimes, depending on the support, you'll be slightly hunched forward with your shoulders coming forward, and then you'll be writing, right? So you're hunched over and you're writing, okay? This is the sitting portion, and maybe you're doing your work at your desk, maybe you're doing a college paper, something of that nature. So already, you're probably feeling that shooting pain down your leg. So how are you going to stop that? What I used to do is I would have a smaller towel than this, obviously, but I used to just take like a hand towel, fold it up a bunch of times, and all I'm going to do is build a support for my lower back. So I'd roll it maybe even to this, depending on how much pain I was, because I was overarching this way, and every time I opened my back up, the issue with the disc would then put pressure on my nerve, sciatic nerve. So here we go, we got the towel back here, shaboom. Okay, now what is this doing for me? This is making my posture improve, and now I'm sitting comfortably, and it's simultaneously pushing on the actual disc into my back. So it's no longer, my spinal column now feels supported, if that makes sense. So that is one thing that I did when I was studying or when I was writing papers, but mostly it helped a lot. So that's that situation. Now let's do the same thing for driving. So depending on how you like your car seat, you're gonna have to probably put it pretty high up. So it's gotta be as close to an L as 90 degrees, right, Elaine? 90 degrees, thank you for Elaine. So 90 degrees is possible, same concept. This is gonna go behind you. I also noticed that if I extended my leg while I was driving, luckily it was my left leg and not my pedal foot, that it put a lot of pressure on that nerve as well. So you can keep this leg almost like cocked up, like this, almost in a pigeon pose if you like yoga, and that will then take some pressure off your leg as well. So that is driving and sitting. Phase 1, done. Snap. We're live. Okay, so we tried this on the bed. We're gonna see how that looks. This is gonna be take 2. We're gonna try on the couch. So, when you get into the position, you're gonna be laying on your side. Now, the side that you choose is totally up to you. I prefer laying on my right side, and what I'm doing is creating a straight line with my back as best I can, kind of slouch a little bit in the couch. So, most important thing is that your leg groin region is supported with the first pillow. Second thing is your arm and your upper body is supported by the second pillow, and then lastly your neck is supported by the final pillow. So what this is doing is releasing all the pressure off of your lower back, and then not putting any pressure points on your upper or anywhere else in your back. It should be a straight column, allowing for your body to heal during one of the most important times, which is when you're sleeping. So if you're anything like me, you're probably getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night, which is clearly going to contribute to more issues because you're going to be, God knows what you're going to be doing. You're going to be, for me, I was pacing up at night and just trying to take anti-inflammatories. It was a terrible, terrible time. So, this is the best way that I found to sleep. I hope this helps you. I'm trying to think of anything else that I wanted to mention, really. Thinking, no, that's pretty much it. If you sleep like this, try it out, see if you like it, and then give me a comment at the bottom of the video. Thank you. Okay, I had a eureka moment, so I don't know if this is going to be helpful to some people. Maybe they don't know it, so this is why I want to say it. Saying information is better than nothing, because some people may not know. So here's the information I want to say. When you get up from the sitting position, do you just fire upwards and then get up? En contraire, mon cher. That's French. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to support the side that you have the herniation on. So if you're getting up from a sitting position, especially if your posture is very terrible from the get-go, like you've been sitting all awkward, you're already going to be putting a lot of unnecessary stress on whatever side your disc herniation is. So for me, it was my left side. Posture was real bad. Sometimes I had my leg up like this, and then I was going to get up. I wouldn't just fire up because that's too drastic of a movement, especially after sitting like that. So I would roll a little bit to the left. I would use my triceps and my chest to push myself up forward. Obviously, I'm going very slow for demonstration purposes. And you can apply that same concept, probably most importantly, when you get out of bed in the morning. So if you're laying down in that position, you're laying down, like the position we talked about earlier. I don't know if I'm being seen right now. You're not going to want to just sit straight up and then go about your merry way. You're going to want to roll over on your belly. This is not a very large couch. Now what I'm figuring out, use your leg strength and your pushing strength to then get up while supporting your lower back, and then you're up. So that's some of the tips and tricks that I learned as far as getting up and moving around. And just keep in mind, if you've been stationary for a very long time, you're going to be tight. You know, that should go without saying. So if you're very tight, your body's not ready to move, that's when you need to begin the stretching process. So take your time when you get up in the morning, take your time when you get up out of a seat, and you're not going to cause any further injury to yourself when you're already dealing with an injury. All right, so in conclusion, you should have learned a few things in this video. Number one, sitting/driving. You know, best practices would be to use the towel. Use the towel to support your lower back for extended periods of time. Now, is this going to totally make it, is it going to fix everything? Not necessarily. It will make it more bearable. I used to have to drive to work for an hour at a time in New York, and that made my drives bearable. Number three, sleeping. Sleeping is the most important period of time when you are going to recover from an injury. So if you're only getting 3 hours of sleep, that's not going to cut it. You know, the recommended amount for people who are lifting weights on a consistent basis for optimal growth is 8 hours of sleep, 7 to 8 hours of sleep depending on the person. Number four is going to be hydration. Try to drink at least 4 to 5 liters of water a day. Now, this may be challenging at first, but you're going to find that the more hydrated your body is, the more you're able to deal with injury, recover from muscle fatigue, recover from a lot of different things. You're just going to feel overall a lot better. Lastly, fish oils. If you're not taking fish oils yet, please start taking fish oils. Fish oils are a natural anti-inflammatory. If you eat a lot of fish to begin with, maybe you don't necessarily need to supplement. But I needed to supplement because most of my diet, specifically in Japan, came from, chicken, still does because I'm cutting for a physique show, and also red meat, very lean, 90-10. So, if you implement those easy tips, I think that you will be on the road to recovery. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to getting more information. Elaine coming in for a kiss in the end. What a way to close out the video. You guys have a good one.